Geez, that Skylander video got a lot of views. I guess I know what I'm doing next. Hello, and welcome back to the Skella Variety Channel. How's it going? You guys really liked that Skylander video, so here's more! In case you don't know me at all, I am an artist. I enjoy drawing, so I thought a good idea for the next video would be doing a Skylanders related drawing challenge. But what would the challenge be, I thought? So I had you guys decide it in my community tab. And the winner of the poll was overwhelmingly Skylanders with different elements. So in this video, I will be taking randomly picked Skylanders and drawing them if they were a part of a different element. I am very excited to get this started, so let us begin. And here we are with the generators. So here I have the Skylander generator, and over here I have the wheel, which will decide what element we apply to them. And obviously, if I spin the element that the Skylander already is, we're just gonna spin it again. So when you open the generator, it already gives you a character, but for the sake of being surprised, I'm gonna hit randomize. So let's see who our first Skylander is. Bam! Oh, JetVac! I love JetVac. Funny old man. So let's see what JetVac's new element is. We were so close to getting air again. That's gonna be interesting. But I'll figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna preface this with saying that this is not gonna be a completely accurate view of how I normally do my art. Even when doing small pieces like this, I try to take my time and do it pretty slow. I did not do that for these. I just went all the way through with no breaks at all in one go. And, I shouldn't have done that. It was a nightmare. But anyway, as long as they turned out okay, which they did, spoiler alert, they turned out fine, that's all that really matters. So anyway, time to actually discuss the art at hand. In Earth, JetVac was definitely a very tricky prompt to work with. I mean, birds are already kind of inherently creatures of the sky, so how was I going to ground that, you could say? So I started by changing his species from eagle, I think he's an eagle, or a falcon, or a hawk, I don't know. Whatever kind of bird he is, I changed that into a pigeon, because, fun fact, pigeons absolutely love rocks, at least the ones that you can find in, like, cities and stuff. They adore rocks, so I thought, hey, that's fitting. Also, a lot of pigeons live in the mountains, and I feel like that's the closest we're gonna get to a rock bird. Then I went and changed his vacuum gun into a more, like, cartoonish sack vacuum, because the idea I had with this was to sort of lean into the literal, like, dirty vacuum elements. Basically his whole thing is that he's a dirty, dusty bird, is what I imagine this Earth JetVac's deal is. He probably does a lot of, dust cloud attacks, or, like, pocket sands people, I don't know. You get what I mean. He's a dirty vacuum bird. Otherwise, I just kinda made him spiky and gave him some earthy tones. That's pretty much how you make an Earth Skylander. But no, I actually did put quite a bit of effort into making this guy look good, and I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself, and I say so. And here's the final design, Earth JetVac. Or well, I guess he doesn't really have anything to do with jets anymore. How about this? How about you guys come up with names for all of these new Skylanders? That'll be a neat way to bring up engagement. But, yeah, I'm quite happy with him. I hope you guys are happy with him. And, let's go back to Past Me to see what the next prompt is. Alrighty, back to Past Me. Hello again. Let's see who our next Skylander is. Bing! I like Sprocket. I think people are too mean to her. If you think Sprocket's bad, I'm just gonna say it. I think you need to get good. I think you're a bad Portal Master if you can't play well with Sprocket. Alright, I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. Let's see what Sprocket becomes. Ooh, dark. That's gonna be neat. Let's see if it's neat.
Alright, full disclosure, I did this one very early in the morning, and all my limbs hurt, and I was very tired, and I honestly felt kinda sick, and I had to cut the first part out of the speed paint because I didn't want you guys to watch me struggle to draw basic shapes. Yeah, this one was kind of a nightmare to get through, but I lived, and I got through it, so let's talk about it. My immediate first thought for a dark elemented Sprocket was to turn her into some kind of spy. I don't know why that was my first thought, but I liked it, so that's what I went with. So, my initial idea was to put her into like a traditional undercover spy tuxedo, and I was really struggling to figure out what I should turn her giant wrench into because that is very inherently tech, and I couldn't quite figure out a big, dark, spy related item. So my first idea was to turn it into like a giant spy pen. You know, like those like gimmicky spy pens with like a camera in them that you can get. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, but thankfully I did not end up going through with that. And I kind of dropped the undercover spy idea. So instead, I ended up going with a more tactical spy gear, like breaking into a government building sort of deal. And so instead of going with that very stupid pen idea, I instead went with a giant laser pointer, which is also kind of dumb, but I think fits much better with the spy aesthetic and also is generally less dorky. Then I just changed her gold into silver and switched her mechanics goggles out with some sick night vision goggles. And that pretty much makes the design. And that's the final design. I definitely had to make some touch-ups afterwards because, as I said before, I was very sleep deprived when I made this. But I think she turned out pretty okay. Now, let's go back to past me and see what our last prompt is.
Alright, and we're back. Bing.
Yeah.
Uh, do I have to? Do I have to? I think we can disqualify the guests, don't you think? Alright, you're gonna come at me in the comments for this, but I think it's fair to disqualify the the crossover characters. I'm not doing Crash Bandicoot. Let's try this again, please. Flameslinger. There we go. That's a that's usable. Alright, we are going to strip Flameslinger of his flame. What will he get in its place? Undead? That is gonna be interesting. I'm excited.
So, after the awful time I had drawing that last one, I gave myself more of a break before heading into this next one, and I needed it for sure. I had way more fun with this one than I had the other ones, and personally, I think that shows through in the design. So let's talk about it. I was very excited to make an undead flameslinger because, if you know me, I'm the undead guy. I love skeletons, I love bones, I love ghosts, I love ghouls, I love goblins. This is my shit. I replaced his normal clothes with some spooky undead armor, and I also gave him a sick-ass skull helmet in place of his bandana to cover up his eyes. Gave him a bone and arrow, but sorry about that. Anyway, the biggest challenge I had with this one was probably deciding on the color palette, but I ended up just kind of going with the traditional bluish-gray undead colors. Which, yeah, I probably could have done something more creative, but this is my first time doing this challenge, so you have to be nice to me. Otherwise, I just kind of changed him from a traditional elf into an undead drow, and that's pretty much the whole thing done. And there we go, there's the final design. I added some spectral flames in post because he just didn't feel complete without them. And you also might notice that there is no string on his bow because putting a string on it kind of covered up his face, and I didn't like that. And also, if you have a Flameslinger figure, you know he doesn't really have a string on it anyway, so who cares? It's magic, it's fine, don't think about it too hard. And that's all done, so you know what that means. That was the last prompt, so let's close this video up.
And that was the Skylanders Element Swap Art Challenge. I definitely learned a lot from filming this video, and I hopefully won't repeat those mistakes in the future. I haven't really done speed paint or art challenge videos like this before, but I do plan on doing more in the future, and that is where you guys come in. Did you like this video? What did you like about it? Would you like me to do this challenge again, or do you guys have an idea for a different art challenge, or just anything else? Give me ideas. It does not have to be Skylanders related. Please don't make me turn into a Skylanders channel. I love Skylanders, it's my favorite thing, but this is not where I imagined my career would go. Jokes aside, this was pretty fun, and I hope you guys had fun with it too. Again, please give me any ideas you have for future videos. It would really help me out. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. It would really motivate me to continue to make videos and continue to improve. And I'll see you guys next time. Like this video to die instantly, and goodbye!